Tono Bicicleta. Francisco Antonio Garcia Lopez, July 19, 1943, November 29, 1995, also known as Tono Bicicleta, literally Tony Bicycle in English, was a Puerto Rican criminal who gained notoriety for escaping from prison several times. Garcia Lopez managed to become part of Puerto Rican folklore and the object of constant references in popular culture. His escapes became legendary in Puerto Rico. The police file states that he was born in Yauco, Puerto Rico. There are conflicting stories regarding how he came to be known as Tono Bicicleta. One, because he was said to get around on an old bicycle, and the other, because he stole a bike in his youth. According to the police investigation, in 1968, Antonio Garcia murdered his then wife, Gloria Soto, with a machete. For this crime, Garcia was sentenced to 185 years in prison. However, he managed to escape 2 years later. In 1974, Garcia was again captured by a civilian in a farm. He was incarcerated in prison until 1981, when he escaped again. In 1984, he broke in the house of the mayor of the town of Maricao, where he stole some silver coins, food, a machete, a flashlight, and a Smith Wesson .45 caliber gun. Garcia's numerous escapes helped him become part of the local lore. Allegedly, during his escapes, he would continue committing rapes and kidnappings. Some of the women that were allegedly kidnapped by Garcia during the 1970s were Luz Selenia Caraballo and Aurea Esther Camacho. In 1981, Garcia kidnapped Olga Iris Despio Cavan from her home in Arecibo. She remained with the fugitive until 1984, when he abandoned her during a raid. Sometime later, Garcia kidnapped her a second time, until her family managed to rescue her. Some people claim that due to his notoriety, he was used as some sort of scapegoat both by authorities and civilians to several crimes on the island. In 1987, Garcia killed his stepfather, Antonio Caraballo Gonzalez, and then tried to burn the body. After that, his mother, Antonia Garcia, was able to flee from the crime scene. Then he killed his uncle, Pablo Lopez Vargas, in Maricao. On January 31st, 1988, Garcia killed Luis Rodriguez and kidnapped his 14-year-old girlfriend, Dahiana Perez Lebron. The girl stayed with the criminal for 8 years, during which he raped her and forced her to sleep with her feet chained. Dahiana was with him at the moment of his last showdown with authorities in 1995. In the morning of November 29, 1995, Garcia was allegedly working in a coffee plantation in the Castner ward of Lares, Puerto Rico. Police arrived at 7:20 a.m. and Officer Luis Rosa Merce of the Puerto Rico Police Department shot the notorious criminal in the genitals. According to the police report, Garcia resisted the arrest and tried to attack Rosa with a machete. As he threw himself to the ground, he shot Garcia, fatally injuring him. According to Diana Perez, Garcia did not die immediately, but was kicked and mocked by the officers while he bled to death. At the time of his death, despite the fact that he was a criminal, assassin and rapist, and some welcomed his death, thousands of people attended his funeral. He had become a kind of legend because of his constant appearance, during a 14-year period, on newspapers.